Fly 92.3 is Albany's #1 hit music station. Brian and Christy, we are backstage here at SummerJam 2015. SummerJam, of course, presented by Mohawk Honda and starring Sawyer Frederick, who just made his way backstage. Make some noise for Sawyer. How are you, sir?
I am great. I'm so excited to be for this performance and just being here. I feel so blessed to be able to be on that stage with all these amazing artists.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
How is this? Is this different? Are there a different set of nerves for you as opposed to something that would happen moments before you take the stage on The Voice?
I mean, I think there's different set of nerves just because, I mean, it's more just me and, like, there's not, I mean, there's a lot that goes into this kind of thing, but it's not like it's just being told what to do in each thing, and it's also a lot longer set. It's not like 2 minutes. So
it's nice to not be graded either.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
You know, we have to tease you because this is about, I don't know, the 4th or 5th time we've talked to you and interviewed you, and I remember, and on the phone it's always different because you don't have any eye contact. You can't really see, you know, if the person's thinking of an answer or they're reacting. So when we got done with one of the very first times we interviewed on the phone, Ryan and I, we reevaluated our interviewing skills, and we're like, okay, so the best thing to do with Sawyer, because he is young and this is new for him, is to count to 3, and then wait for his answer, because otherwise what we were doing is, we're like, we'd ask you a question, and then we wouldn't hear anything. We'd be like, uh-oh, maybe we'd ask him something wrong, and then we would jump in, and then you would answer. So you've gotten so much more comfortable.
Thank you.
How has that helped you? I mean, just with the show, but actually, I mean, you've probably done a million interviews since the show ended, but even during.
Yeah, I've done a lot of interviews during the show and after, and I think it's really just helped me come out of my shell and just allowed me to be more well-spoken and just really helped me come out of my shell. I mean, it's been an amazing experience, and it's really helped me with all of that.
One of the things I noticed, too, Sawyer, was that you're tens of millions of fans now. It's almost like you can give no wrong answer. So you really, truly can just speak from the heart and know that no matter what you say, they're going to be like, oh, he's so cute. It's so sweet.
We'll wait all day for him to answer. It's okay.
And there's got to be a certain comfort zone and feeling sort of accepted no matter what it is that you say, that your fans are going to be like, okay, we're getting to know more about Sawyer. Is that something you take into consideration when you're doing interviews?
I think so. I mean, I most of the time am just answering the question truthfully, so I'm not really thinking about, like, who's listening or anything like that. But, yeah, I think it's definitely helpful.
The last time we talked to you, this was just about a week and a half after you had won The Voice, and we neglected to ask you anything about future plans in terms of recording and the possibilities of maybe doing something with Pharrell, who seems to really have a deep appreciation and affection towards you.
And for your individuality.
And is that a possibility? Have you given that any thought?
I think it's a possibility, and I would be so happy to work with Pharrell on an album, and I think it would be awesome. He's just an amazing artist, and it was so awesome working with him on Please, and it's been great.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about your fans and the millions of people who are probably watching this Periscope video right now, this interview. You've been so good about tweeting your fans back. I mean, I don't know how you keep. There are people from Belgium. There are people from around the globe, but yet you really spend the time. How long does it really take you? Because you are very, very good about getting back to people.
I mean, most of the time I'm getting back to them at night, right before I go to bed, because most of the time I have stuff to do in the daytime.
Right.
But, I mean, it's also, I'm not getting back to everybody because it's just impossible. And I've started not being able to look at all my direct messages on Twitter just because there's just not enough time to get back to them. But, I mean, I've been trying to keep in touch with them just in normal tweets and just stuff like that. So
you know what we should do right now is all the people who are watching on Periscope just be like, okay, this is me getting back to you. And then it'll cover like a ton of people. Why don't you just do that real quick? Hey, guys, it's me getting back to you. Go ahead.
Hey, guys, it's me getting back to you.
I love it.
Perfect.
And we would be remiss if we didn't bring your amazing mother, Kirsten, and have her sit down on the couch with us for a minute, because you've told us that she's pretty much your hero, and she's done so much for you. And Kirsten, this must be just an amazing moment. Your patience and your willingness to make certain family sacrifices for his career and stuff like that. His fans probably adore you as much as they adore him. And thank you for everything that you've done, because you've made it very easy for us to be in contact with him. I guess my question is, how proud are you right now? How amazing has this journey been for you, Kirsten?
Well, I've been proud of Sawyer always. You know, we didn't need all this for me to be proud of him, but I am amazed at his work ethic and, you know, the amount he's been able to handle at such a young age, just constantly adapting to all the new things. And we're just super excited for him to be playing here at SAC, because I've been here many times.
Right.
Sawyer's been here once with C. Ray.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so it's really very cool, dream come true to have him playing here.
And if you're listening to this right now, there's still time for you to get up here and get your ticket for SummerJam, and Sawyer's not going to go on for a couple of hours. And I'll direct this to either you, Sawyer, or your mom. What was that moment like where you woke up the next day and you were like, oh my gosh, this is happening? Because maybe it was a quadrupling in Twitter fans, or maybe it was iTunes downloads, or maybe it was all the reviews about how amazing your performances were on The Voice. Was there a moment for your Kirsten where your family felt like, oh my goodness, this is becoming something very big right now?
I think it was just when The Man of Constant Sorrow came out, when that first episode aired.
Yeah.
It was just...
Even when we were taping the blind audition, that was when I realized that we'd started something. There was no going back. This was like, okay, wow. The reaction was so huge, because we didn't know if he would turn a chair, you know. So it was like, okay, well,
you really didn't
we could end up going home. We didn't know what the show was looking for.
Okay.
We thought, well, maybe Sawyer's style isn't really the mainstream, won't have enough appeal. We had no idea, you know. And
wow.
So I mean, as his mom, you know, I love his voice, but that doesn't mean that I expected so many people to respond to him the way they did.
When was the first time you heard him sing?
Basically, he was literally singing before he was speaking, so it wasn't like words, but he would sing along to just about anything he heard. And as he got older, like, you know, if it was a catchy commercial, I'm like, oh no, I'm going to be hearing that for days now, like immediately.
Like Meow Mix or something. Meow, meow, meow. Do you remember the first thing you ever sang, Sawyer?
I mean, the first song I learned was Three Little Birds by Bob Marley.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah.
Now, did you learn that on the guitar or just?
Yes, I learned that on guitar.
That's awesome.
We have a couple more minutes here with Sawyer Fredericks. Christy and I are so incredibly proud. The 518, the Capital Region, first and foremost, is proud. The country and the world is, and Fultonville, of course. My guess is there won't be any crime in Fultonville today. Everybody's probably here. Did you see anybody you know out in the crowd yet, or have you?
Not yet.
Right.
Yeah.
There's signs out there. It's going to be great for you. You got the key to the city of Fultonville. So whenever you get back there to open it up, to open the city back up, is probably when it's going to reopen today. So I just want you to know that.
Did you have to do chores on Performance Day?
I didn't have to do any work today just because I had to get ready for this. But I mean, yesterday we were doing a lot of haying because we just got our first cutting. But
wait, what does that mean? You got to speak in our speaks. What does that mean?
Well,
what's haying?
Haying is when the fields are ready to be cut, and then you have to till them and then bale them, and then
You're looking at me like I should know this. I'm sorry.
Well, he's explaining it. Okay, so go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you till the fields.
We till the fields, which is raking in them and
not tilling.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Heading.
Mow it.
Okay.
Yeah, you cut it and then.
And you got out of doing that, or you had to do that?
No, that was
Well, we're not. Yeah, it was yesterday.
Okay.
And then it rained, so we have to wait for the hay to dry again. So we get it
you
ready.
love those days. It's like a snow day for kids.
No, I don't. It's annoying because then now the hay's kind of ruined.
It's ruined, and you still have to do the work.
Yeah.
Oh, that
So
stinks.
it's all the work for none of the money.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And you love it. You love the farm. You said no matter where you go, no matter how many records you perform, no matter how many albums you sell, you're always going to go back to the farm.
I will always have the home.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Sawyer, you're truly, honestly, a remarkable young man. You guys have raised just an amazing young boy, and he's humble, and he's got a great sense of humility, and you're so intelligent and so thoughtful. Thank you very much.
Seriously, and thank you for representing the 518 in the way you do.
Yeah.
And I truly mean that from the bottom of our hearts. We really have watched you grow on that show, and we're so blessed to know you guys. Like, I feel like you're representing our area in such a great way. So thank you.
Thank you.
Are you super excited about getting out there on that stage?
I am so excited to get out there.
Real quick, our final question for you, for the people who are on their way up here or listening right now who can't watch you perform, what's in store? What's your set going to be like?
I'm planning on singing mostly my original stuff and possibly some songs that I haven't even released, so I'm excited.
Sawyer,
Awesome.
Frederick, everybody, make
Mom
some
Kirsten.
noise.
Yay!
Thank you very much, Kirsten. We
Thank you
appreciate
so
your
much.
time. Thank you. We'll be back. We're live here at SummerJam backstage. SummerJam 2015, presented by Mohawk Honda and Fly 92.3.